Good morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark. Well, if we can give you a little training inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. It's April. Spring is here. Well, almost in New York. But people need cars, and before your team starts talking numbers, they need to understand something. Your customer's not afraid of the numbers. They're afraid of the surprise. Prices are everywhere now. Customers have already looked, compared, seen ranges, payments, and rebates. Their head's spinning from it. But what they don't know is whether they can trust you and your process. That's what they're trying to figure out. Remember, they're not walking into you clean. They're bringing the baggage of all those last car buys, the last dealership, the last time they felt played or rushed or hit with something they just didn't expect. You didn't do that to them, but they're waiting for you to do it to them. And until you prove otherwise, they're going to assume this deal is headed the same way. It's human nature. A lot of reps misread that customer. They think they're dealing with price resistance. You're not. You're just dealing with trust resistance. That customer isn't always pushing back because they don't want to buy. They're pushing back because they're waiting to see if this is about to turn into another bad experience. And if your team doesn't understand that, they answer the wrong question. They talk price when the customer's asking about trust. That's where stores lose control, not because of price, but because we get vague. We don't address it directly. We sound uncommitted. And once that happens, guess what? This customer, they stop believing you. Now they're listening for a catch. They're waiting for it. That's why every touch matters. Every text, every email, every voicemail, every touch is either building or breaking that trust. That's the shift that you need to make. Stop trying to be liked. Stop trying to be trusted. Trust me, they're not looking for a friend. They have enough. They're looking for someone they can trust with the second biggest expense of their life, and a lot of times that's not their friends. Trust is clear. Trust is direct. Trust sounds like someone who has nothing to hide. So address the concern head on. If your dealership provides an OTD price, say it. Say it clearly. Of course we provide you with an out-the-door number. You all do it in your showroom. It's going to be fully transparent with no hidden fees. That's not something to hide from. That's something you lead with. That's a reason to come into your store because that's what the customer wants. They want to know that the numbers are real. They want to know that the process is real. Then build from there. Bring in the trade. Put the full out-the-door price next to the appraisal and show them exactly what it looks like in a real monthly payment. But tell them you're going to do that because that's what they want. Clarity, transparency, a real process. So if your store already does business the right way, use it. Say it on the phone. That's a why buy because the store that removes the surprise lowers the wall. And the store that lowers the wall, you earn the appointment. So here's the message for April. Customers are not afraid of the numbers. They're afraid of the surprise. Your job? Remove the surprise. Be straight, be clear, be confident. It's what your dealership does. You won't lose gross, you'll only pick up more. Now I want you to get out there and crush it, and let's start April strong. I'll see you next week.